Hi everyone, welcome to Mentoring Sessions with Pastor M. You know how I love to do these things, right? Okay, so today, I hope after this we'll still be friends. But today, I'm here to talk about 7 mistakes that young adults make. Okay, so it's part of my 7 series, 7 mistakes that young adults make. So, to be honest, I'm not even sure where to start with this, but there's so much that is going on these days. And I think that at some point, we really need to sit down and start to tell ourselves the truth. There's a proverb I grew up hearing. So maybe when I tell you this proverb, you will know my age. But there's a proverb I grew up hearing. And I'm going to say it in Pidgin because that's where it really hits hard. My eldest brother used to say a lot, plantain they rotten, we say they ripe. If you don't understand what that means, then you are the generation I'm actually speaking to, because this generation have no clue what sarcasm is. They have no clue about proverbs. They have no understanding of things like this. But the point is this. You know, it takes the same process to ripen and to rotten plantain. So something may be getting bad and we just say it's getting ripe. I think that this generation make a lot of mistakes that a lot of us are just taking for granted. No one's speaking about it because we have this explanation of that's how they are, you know, that's how they are. They are smart, they are techie, they are savvy. You know, this generation, you can't really silence them. You can't really, you know, they will ask why, And I really don't have a problem with them asking why. But we need to start pointing out some of the mistakes they're making so that they do not grow up and transfer it to the next generation. If we can deal with it now and nip it in the bud, then we have hope for tomorrow. So let me just get straight into it. So number 1, very first mistake that young adults make is that they feel entitled. The mistake of feeling entitled. I honestly don't know where they get this from, but let me say this to you if you're a young adult. The world does not revolve around you. Yes, I said it, and I'm going to say it again. The world does not revolve around you. You know, a lot of times we have this approach of our parents should do this for us, our parents should do that for us, and you're 30. You are 30 years old. Your parents were probably half that age when they started working. Nobody handed anything down to them. They worked hard for it. If you want anything in life, you're going to have to get it. No one owes you anything. So everyone's going around feeling like, oh, the government should do this. It's everyone's fault but yours. You need to take a long, hard look at your life and ask yourself, why do I think that people need to give me things? No one owes you anything. Work hard like everyone else. If you get a blessing, be grateful for it. Don't just grab something and say, oh, okay, right. Your parents send you money. Say, money even sent me small. They worked hard for that money. They sent it to you. It's not your right. You know, sometimes we forget that even though our parents gave it to us, everything they do for us is a privilege. It's not a right. There are people who have parents as well, and they've been sent to work and struggle on their own. You are giving literally everything. So it gives them the false impression that if their parents give them everything, their boss too should give them everything. Life should give them everything. You need to work for anything that you get. And if you get it, then be grateful for it. So the first mistake they make is thinking everything revolves around them. Thinking that it's my right. It's my right for this to be given to me or this to be done for me. The other day I was speaking to someone and the person was upset that their dad had sold their house and moved to the village. So the person was really upset. I don't know how my father can do that. I said, no, point of correction. Your father sold his house. I don't remember you putting money when he was buying the house. He didn't even ask you. When he bought the house, he didn't ask you. So why should he ask you when he's selling the house? It is not your right. You need to start to treat life like a privilege and work hard for the things you want. The second mistake that young adults make is thinking that they have time. And this one makes me laugh. They think they have time. You're 25, you're 30, you're 35. So you think you have all the time in the world. So you're on social media, you are chilling, you're relaxing, you're clubbing, you're partying, you're buying all the best things now, you're not saving any money, you're not planning for your future. And I heard something yesterday that was very interesting to me. I heard Mama Funke Adejumo say that your future is not what you enter, your future is what you create. Your future is not what you enter, your future is what you create. So it's not something that is going to happen to you tomorrow. It's what you make happen today. That's what your future is. So you're not just going to sit around and expect that, tomorrow what will be. Anyhow it will be. No, what will be, will not be. You have to make it be for it to be. I don't know if what I said just made sense, but that's just the truth of the matter. You have to make it happen if you want it. So a lot of times, we have this approach of, oh, I'm a social media influencer, I'm working, I'm chilling from home. And the funny thing is that this season, this whole COVID-19 thing has taught us that some of the things we thought were important are not as important. A lot of times when you say go to work and you say, oh, I want to club. Now that you have not clubbed in the last 6 or more weeks, are you dead? No. So it's just that you can actually live your life doing important things. This season has taught us what is really important. A lot of times, I'm trying very hard not to get upset because every time I talk about this generation, I am just overwhelmed, totally overwhelmed. This is a time to start to plan for your future. Don't eat everything you make. Save for your future. Have a plan for your future. Spend your time doing important things. The Bible says that a little sleep, a little slumber. It says that's how poverty will come on. You know that, let me just chill a little. Let me just rest. How do you rest when you haven't worked? Rest is what you do when you have worked. You don't rest from rest. You rest from work. So it is when you have put in effort, you've done something, then you are tired. You take a little rest. And rest is not death. Rest is I stop a bit so that I can continue. I stop so that I can refresh myself, re-energize myself, so I can put in more effort for the next step. Not that you are resting. I can't understand how 10 a.m. you call a young person and they tell you they are resting. How do you rest at 10 a.m.? I'm not really understanding it. I don't think I ever will. You don't rest at 10 a.m. I wake up at 4:30 every morning. And most times I'm not asleep till about 12. Because there's so much to do. I speak to some millennials, and when you call them, why are you sounding like that? They say, I'm tired. From doing what exactly? And a lot of these people I'm talking about are probably 22, 20, 21, even 19. What exactly are you tired of? Eating your parents' money? Eating your mother's food, which you probably didn't cook? Or watching too much TV? Or Netflixing and chilling? Or what exactly are you tired of? Somebody probably has to tell me this in the comment section, what you're tired of. Those words should not escape your lips if you are under 40. You are too young to be tired. Too young to be tired. I probably need to say it again. You are too young to be tired. This is the season where you work. This is the season where you learn. This is not the season where you rest. Rest is for old people or tired people. You have to have worked to rest. So don't think that you have time. You are playing now. You are doing TikTok. You are doing everything but preparing for the future. And then one day you will wake up and you are 45. You wake up one day and you are 50 and you realize that you haven't done anything with your life. You have absolutely wasted your time. The time that you have now is for learning and for growing. Listen, especially if you are single, listen to me, young people. If you are single, now is the time to invest your money. Now is the time to save. Now is the world. If not for COVID-19, this would have been the time to travel the world, experience new things, adventures, write books, pray. I don't know if you get married and you have a baby. Listen, your prayer life would totally change, especially if you're a woman. Your prayer life will change. You won't even have the time to pray as much. Or maybe it's the time you want to study. The woman is kissing your neck. You say, honey, what's honey? I want to talk to the Lord. But as a married woman, listen, you have concern. Your concerns will be for the things of this life, not of the Lord. It's when you are single that your concerns will be of the Lord. So you have all the time to pray now. You read all the chapters, read the Bible from top to bottom. Not waste your time. Now is not the time to waste your time. So that's the second mistake, thinking you have all the time in the world. A huge mistake. Number 3, the third mistake that young adults make, despising those ahead of you. Now I'm going to read a scripture to you. Proverbs 22 verse 28 talks about us not removing the ancient landmarks, and I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to read it to you in the King James Version and in the Message translation. So the King James Version says, "Remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set." The Message translation says, "Don't stealthily move back the boundary lines staked out long ago by your ancestors." And the truth is, this is so important, because in this generation, a lot of us think that there's no place for the fathers anymore. I am scared, shocked, looking for a better word, but I am totally afraid for this generation. I sometimes see the way they go and tear the fathers of the faith to shreds on social media. And this is a big problem, because this social media, and I mean, we're a social media generation, but we need to understand that just because you can buy data does not make you someone's age mate. So we have people trolling, and I know you're coming for me with these videos, but somebody needs to tell you the truth. So you see some fathers that, if not for social media, even your own father will be bowing to them to greet them. Your father will prostrate to greet them. You will say, you will ask them at Papa Adeboye, at Bishop, as in, no fear of any kind. I'm not even going to go as far as that, but there are some set down rules, some foundations that has been laid down. I hear people saying things these days that even contradict the Bible. So we're even the landmarks have been set by fathers like Father Abraham, like Jesus, our Lord and Master. People will question those things that Apostle Paul wrote in the Bible, Peter wrote in the Bible. You'll be questioning, who exactly are you? So the other day, I heard one that totally fascinated me. There's this new breed of men. I can lie, they can kill me. I'm going to say my mind. I'm not afraid, I'll say it. The new message they're preaching now is that men are not the head of marriage. That men should not be seen as the head in the home, because that means that we're placing the responsibility of marriage on men. And I laugh. The funny thing is that some of the people that are saying these things are not even married, single boys. No, single little boys that do not know anything about marriage are questioning foundations, landmarks that have been set, ancient landmarks that have been set by God himself, that says that the man is the head of his home. That doesn't make the woman inferior. It just means that there must be order in every home. So you're saying, when I marry, I'm not going to be the head of my home. Me and my wife are going to make all the decisions. Yes, but there must be somebody who's held accountable. Do you think it is easy to have a government where the people do not obey? That's chaos. And so things that have been said, just because you want to sound intelligent, just because you want to sound smarter than the fathers, so everything they say now should be negated. Everything they say should, so we treat our fathers with that respect. What do they know? What do they know? After all, they don't know anything about social media. I mean, you may be techie, but you must never forget that they laid the foundation for where you are today. If not that they even fought for us to read and write. Do you think you will know anything about Instagram? Would you know anything about coding? Will you know anything about social media? Because you know something doesn't negate the fact that our fathers also knew something. So that disrespect, that constant despising people that have gone ahead of you, so you get a new job, and maybe you are replacing someone, you come there, instead of you to settle down, the first rule, listen, the first thing you must do, if you are given a new position and someone was there before you now drive everybody away and start making changes, find out why the person did what they did. Find out why the decisions that were made before you came were made. Sometimes these things that you're about to do, the person has thought it through and said, this thing no go work. Let me just do it this way. I grew up also with a proverb. My grandmom used to say it a lot, that what an old man can see sitting down, a child can never sit even if they climb an iroko tree. But we have come now and we think that we know more than our parents. So you say, my parents don't get it. My parents didn't live in this generation. My parents didn't. See, Teenagers, young people, we were once teenagers. Before you were teenagers, we have done that, been there, worn the t-shirt, broken the cup, the mug, and we've seen that these things that you're fighting, we fought about it then. Peer pressure, we've dealt with it. You see, one of the things I've learned there, if you can sit down with people that are older than you and you learn from them, you are less likely to make the mistakes they made. But thinking you know it all is Satan setting a trap for your destruction. He says humility before honor and pride goes before a fall. So when you think you know more than our fathers, everything they have laid down, it doesn't make sense anymore. Women can marry women. Men can marry men. What does the Bible even mean? Is everything in the Bible, can it be true? Is it not men that wrote it? Men inspired by God. And the problem is, if you question one, you will question all. When I was growing up, when they tell you something, the first thing you say is yes, sir. It's not why. Everything is not why. Everything will not be explained to you. And that's the real problem. Satan went to Eve. Did God really say? What he said to her was question everything. And from questioning everything, that's why we are here today. All of us wearing clothes, growing fast, everything, walking about, toiling, suffering, push picking, wahala, get picking, wahala, marry, wahala. But everything was given to us freely in the garden. It was that why. Why? Why? Ask why. When the angel came to Mary, he said, you are going to have a child. She said, I am the handmaid of the Lord. Be it unto me according to your word. It's not everything we question. It's not everything we question. Some things we receive it by faith. Some things we receive it that this person is older than me, they know better. I'm not saying they always do, but you must first take into consideration what they have to say. So the third thing is stop despising those who have gone ahead of you. There's still so much you can learn from them. There's still so much knowledge. There's still so much that they have done that you have no idea. Some of the things we're doing today is because of the battles that they fought. Okay?